Good day, everyone, dear listeners. Welcome to Amod Gate Radio Communication, where we dive into important topics shaping global leadership and sport affairs. Today, I will be tackling a crucial subject: leadership in anti-doping and ethical standards in sport. My name is still Babashokwe Majekodunmi, and I want to trust your day and week has been great thus far. Doping has been a persistent challenge in sport, affecting fair competition, athletes' health, and the integrity of the game. By what role does leadership play in ensuring a clean and ethical sporting environment? Stay tuned as we explore this with practical examples. Understanding anti-doping and ethics in sport. First, let's define the key terms. Anti-doping refers to efforts taken to prevent the use of performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs, in sports. Ethical standards, on the other hand, guide carefully, respect, honesty in competition. Effective leadership in anti-doping involves setting clear rules and policies, educating athletes on the risks and consequences of doping, ensuring regular and fair drug testing, also promoting a culture of integrity in sports. Leadership in anti-doping isn't just about regulations, it's also about real people making a difference. World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, which was established in 1999, leads the global fight against doping by setting standards and conducting independent testing. Their whereabouts system ensures top athletes are available for surprise testing to deter drug use. Usain Bolt has been a clear example of a role model for clean sports. We all know Usain Bolt, the legendary sprinter. He has been known for always advocating against doping. He has also emphasized hard work over shortcuts and encouraged young athletes to stay clean. On the other hand, Maria Sharapova's case. Maria Sharapova is a tennis player. He was banned for 2 years after testing positive for the banned substance meldonium at the 2016 Australian Open. Australian Open is a Grand Slam event in tennis, which is known as the first Grand Slam of the year. However, after an appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, her suspension was reduced to 15 months as it was determined that she did not intentionally violate any anti-doping rules, and the case further highlighted the importance of athletes staying informed about banned substances. Now, let me talk about what athletes, coaches, and sports officials can do to uphold anti-doping and ethical standards. First of all, education and awareness, and this can be achieved by attending anti-doping workshops, stay updated on banned substance lists, regular testing, accepting and support random drug tests to promote transparency. Ethical leadership by coaches, encouraging athletes to rely on training and nutrition rather than shortcuts. The case where doping is suspected, reporting to relevant authorities like WADA or the National Anti-Doping Agencies is also allowed. Fourth will be about talent, hard work, and fair play. By promoting strong leadership in anti-doping and ethics, we promote the integrity of competition and inspire future generations. Let's play our part in keeping sports clean. Ethical standards in sport refer to principles of fair play, honesty, respect, and accountability. Ethics ensures that competitions are conducted in a just manner, free from corruption, cheating, and unfair advantages. Ethical behavior in sports include competing fairly without using prohibited substances, respecting opponents, officials, and the rules of the game, which is also known as spirit of sportsmanship, promoting transparency in sports administration and governance. Doping violates ethical principles by giving some athletes an unfair advantage over others. It undermines the spirit of fair competition and also endangers athletes' health. Leadership in anti-doping ensures that ethical standards are upheld, preventing doping from corrupting sports. Leadership in anti-doping is crucial in enforcing rules and maintaining the integrity of sport. Effective leaders in anti-doping, like I mentioned earlier, WADA, the International Olympic Committee, and national anti-doping agencies set rules and conduct testing. Coaches and trainers are also responsible for educating and guiding athletes on clean competition, and in some cases, the banned substances are gotten from their trainers. The athletes themselves play a vital role as role models for younger generations by promoting drug-free sports. Also, medical personnel can help athletes understand the risk of doping by providing ethical medical support. Strong leadership in anti-doping has its own characteristics like integrity. Leaders must uphold honesty and fairness, transparency also by ensuring clear and open communication about anti-doping policies. Holding athletes accountable and officials also hold accountability. And while education also plays a vital role by spreading awareness of the dangers of doping and ethical sportsmanship. What that, like I earlier mentioned, they have been coordinating international efforts in combating doping. It introduced the whereabouts system requiring athletes to report their locations for surprise testing. Look at the case of Lance Armstrong, the 7-time Tour de France winner. Tour de France, Lance Armstrong, I forgot to mention, it was a cyclist. He won the Tour de France 7 times, but he was eventually stripped of all the titles after being found guilty of systematic doping. The case highlighted the importance of strong investigative leadership in anti-doping. And trust me, he hasn't been the only one caught, especially at the Tour de France. Also, Alberto Contador was stripped of his 2010 Tour de France title and also banned for 2 years. Yes, he tested positive for the substance clenbuterol. Contador argued his positive test was due to contaminated meat, but he was still penalized. Floyd Landis also is a cyclist. He was stripped of his 2006 Tour de France title and also under the 2-year ban. Landis initially denied doping, but later admitted and became a whistleblower against Lance Armstrong. He tested positive for the banned substance testosterone. There are also cases of Ben Johnson, Justin Gatlin, and Marion Jones in athletics. They were caught, even Tyson Gay. Tyson Gay tested positive for anabolic steroids. Ben Johnson, stanozolol. Justin Gatlin, testosterone 2. And then the case of Diego Maradona. He tested positive for the banned substance ephedrine during the 1994 World Cup and was sent home immediately. There are also cases in tennis like Andre Agassi. He tested positive for the banned substance methamphetamine in 1997, but surprisingly escaped punishment. And then the case of Alex Rodriguez, the baseball star, American baseball to be precise. The former New York Yankees star was involved in the Genesis doping scandal, leading to his suspension, which was earlier 211 games, but was later reduced to 162 games. We all can see that these cases demonstrate the impact of doping on sports careers. While some athletes have returned to competition after bans, others have lost their reputation and achievements. Anti-doping organizations continue to work towards ensuring fairness in sports by conducting strict drug testing and enforcing penalties. There are ethical challenges in anti-doping. Issues in anti-doping leadership. Despite strong anti-doping policies, challenges remain, like inconsistent enforcement. Different countries have different levels of commitment to anti-doping rules, corruption and cover-ups. Some officials have been involved in concealing doping cases, and also now technological advancements, new performance-enhancing drugs may be difficult to detect. In the case of athletes' ethical responsibility, athletes have a duty to compete honestly and avoid shortcuts. Also, while reporting doping violations when they witness them, and educating younger athletes about the importance of clean sport. Coaches and doctors and also maybe trainers are not also left out of this. By providing ethical guidance to athletes, yes, ensuring that athletes follow anti-doping guidelines too, and avoiding prescribing medications that contain bad substances that has to come with education and awareness can be achieved by conducting anti-doping workshops for athletes and coaches, including anti-doping education in sports training programs. The use of social media and campaigns to promote clean sports is also part of education and awareness. Also, by encouraging whistleblowing and transparency, establish safe report mechanisms for athletes and officials, protecting whistleblowers from retaliation, encouraging athletes to speak against doping without fear. There is also the case of promoting ethical leadership in sports organizations by hiring leaders with strong ethical backgrounds, ensure that sports organizations operate with integrity, and also implementing strict anti-corruption policy. There is also a culture of anti-doping and ethical standards in sports. For example, advancements in anti-doping technology, new technologies such as genetic testing and AI-based drug detection will help improve anti-doping efforts. Setting global anti-doping policies. Countries need to work together to ensure consistent anti-doping rules. Stronger penalties should be enforced for organizations that fail to comply with the wider regulation. Leadership in anti-doping and ethical standards is essential to ensuring fair and honest competition in sports. Leaders, including sports organizations, coaches, and athletes themselves, must work together to combat doping and promote integrity. By enforcing strict regulations, educating athletes, and promoting ethical leadership, we can all protect the spirit of sportsmanship. Ultimately, sports should be a test of hard work and skill, not the result of unfair advantages gained through doping. We can all look at it that doping by athletes stole their name over the years, because there's no point in you winning gold medals, you winning competition, and years after you get stripped of the medals. A case study is Marion Jones. Then everybody knew her for her speed, but years after she was caught of doping and stripped. Lance Armstrong too. Imagine winning 7 Tour de France titles only for years to go by, and you get stripped of all of them. The Tour de France is not easy. They have mountains to climb on a bicycle. So as we all can see, leadership plays a crucial role in shaping the culture, values, integrity of sport. And it is by ensuring that sport remains a test of skill. Hard work and determination, rather than the result of performance-enhancing drugs. Like I mentioned, like the example I made earlier of Usain Bolt. He said it took him 20 years to be able to run the 100 meters at the time of 9.65 seconds. That's determination. That's hard work. There's also the case of Kobe Bryant, the late NBA basketball star. He takes 1,000 shots a day. 1,000 shots is not easy. That's hard work, that's determination. Also, in sport, it refers to the ability to influence, guide, and inspire athletes, teams, and organizations towards achieving success. That's the main part. Nobody wants to associate with failure. Everybody wants to be successful. But the question is, are we ready to put in the work? There are different styles of leadership in sport. One of which is transformational leadership, which inspires athletes to strive for greatness while adhering to ethical standards. There's also democratic leadership, which involves athletes and teams in decision making, promoting transparency. And there's the authoritarian leadership, enforcing strict discipline and rules, ensuring compliance with anti-doping regulations. And there's the servant leadership, which focuses on supporting our athletes' well-being and long-term success without shock. Commonly used substances include anabolic steroids, which increase muscle mass and strength, erythropoietin, which boosts endurance by increasing red blood cell production, human growth hormone (HGH), which promotes muscle growth and recovery, stimulants, enhances alertness and reduces fatigue, blood doping, transfusions, increases oxygen delivery for endurance sports. As I've been saying, we can also look at it that why do athletes dope? It might be the desire for success and fame. When the pressure is much to win, can lead athletes to seek shortcuts. Financial incentives to sponsorship deals and prize money can encourage performance enhancement. Peer pressure and coaching influence. Some athletes are pushed by coaches or teammates, while some believe they can avoid detection. And so also comes with health risks like liver damage, heart diseases, and stroke. Hormonal imbalances and infertility too. Psychological effects such as aggression, depression, and addiction also are health risks due to doping. There is also the career and reputation damage, loss of sponsorship deals and endorsements, and a lifetime stigma, and majorly the loss of the legacy. The legal and ethical implications too are not left out. Athletes may face criminal charges for doping-related offences, thereby spending some time in jail if found guilty. Doping, as the word implies, threatens the spirit of competition in sports. But with strong leadership, effective anti-doping measures, and ethical sportsmanship, we can ensure, why I said we is because it's a joint thing, we can ensure that sports remain a true test of human potential. from coaches to athletes, even to government bodies, even to ourselves. We might not be athletes, but we might know one or two athletes. Everyone must take responsibility for upholding fair play, honesty, and accountability. True champions are not just those who win medals, but those who compete with honor and integrity. As I wrap up today's discussion on leadership in anti-doping and ethical standards in sports, one thing is clear: strong leadership is essential to maintaining fairness, integrity, and trust in sports. Effective leadership in anti-doping is not just about enforcing rules; it is also about education, accountability, and setting the right example. Athletes, coaches, sports officials, and organizations must work towards a clean and ethical sporting environment. Key takeaways from today's program: 1. Education is power. Athletes and coaches must stay informed about anti-doping rules and banned substances. 2. Fair testing for all. Regular and transparent drug testing help maintain trust in sport. Athletes as role models. Clean athletes inspire future generations to compete fairly. Speaking up against anti-doping too is one of the key takeaways from today's program. By embracing these principles, we ensure that sports remain a true of dedication, talent, and effort without the influence of banned substances. Let's remember, true champions are not just those who win medals, like I said earlier, but those who uphold the values of fair play and honesty. As athletes, coaches, and fans, we all have a role to play in keeping sports clean. Leadership in anti-doping and ethical standards plays a crucial role in maintaining the integrity of sports and extends beyond athletics into broader aspects of life. Ethical leadership fosters a culture of honesty, discipline, and accountability, values that shape both individual characters and societal norms. In sports, anti-doping measures ensure fair competition, while in life, ethical leadership promotes trust, justice, and the pursuit of excellence through honest means. Ethical leadership in sports involves establishing clear standards, ensuring that athletes and stakeholders understand the consequences of doping, enforcing fair policies, applying anti-doping rules uniformly across all levels of sports, and also transparency, holding organizations accountable for enforcing ethical behavior. While ethical leadership in life, the principles of anti-doping leadership, integrity, discipline, and fairness are relevant in broader societal contexts. For example, workplace ethics. Just as doping in sports undermines fair play, unethical practices in business like fraud and corruption erodes trust and fairness. Education and academic honesty. Cheating in exams or falsifying research results parallels doping in sports, compromising true merit, which then transcends to personal integrity, like making ethical decisions even when difficult, fostering long-term success and respect rather than short-term success. Effective leadership in both sport and life requires making ethical choices, standing against dishonesty, and fostering an environment of fairness. The connection between anti-doping, ethics, and everyday life includes fairness and equal opportunity in sports. Doping creates an unfair advantage, just as dishonesty in the workplace or school gives an unfair edge over others. Ethical leadership promotes merit-based success, ensuring everyone competes on an equal footing. Also, there is discipline and hard work over shortcuts. And like I said earlier, athletes who avoid doping rely on perseverance, skill, and training, values that translate into professional and personal success. In life, taking shortcuts, e.g., for example, dishonesty, manipulation may provide temporary success, but ultimately leads to failure and loss of credibility. Thus, ethical leadership in sports serves as a reflection of the moral choices individuals must take in their daily lives. Broader societal impact of ethical leadership in sports include influence on youth and society. Sport leaders and role models shape societal values. Athletes like Serena Williams and Lionel Messi emphasize fair play and discipline, inspiring young athletes to achieve success through ethical means. Leadership must also balance rigorous enforcement with athletes' welfare, ensuring that the policies are both strict and also fair. Sports organizations face ethical dilemmas, including conflict of interest when officials or sponsors prioritize financial gains over athlete welfare, corruption and cover-ups. High-profile doping scandals reveal gaps in governance, which we can all agree, yes. Pressure to perform, the win at all cost culture that drives athletes towards doping or unethical practices. Leaders must navigate these challenges by enforcing transparency, impartiality, and strict governance standards. Leaders must also push for global harmonization of anti-doping policies to ensure fairness. Leadership in anti-doping must stay ahead by investing in cutting-edge research, updating regulations, and also ensuring ethical application of new technologies. They must also strengthen international cooperation by enhancing partnerships between WADA, governments, and private entities, while also encouraging information sharing and intelligence-led investigations. Implementation of unified global sanctions for doping offenses is also part of it. As we cannot agree, leadership in anti-doping and ethical standards is more than just a sport issue. It reflects broader life principles. The value of fairness, integrity, and accountability that governs ethical sports leadership also shapes personal and professional success, whether in sport or in life. Strong ethical leadership fosters a just society, ensuring that hard work and honesty prevails over shortcuts and dishonesty. Just as athletes should not take shortcuts, people in their daily lives should avoid dishonest means to get ahead, such as cheating in exams or fraud in businesses. Maintaining integrity builds trust and credibility, whether in sports, work, or relationships. So as parents, teachers, and mentors should guide young people in making the right choices, much like sports coaches. Whether in academics, career, or personal growth, people must work hard to achieve their goals instead of seeking unfair advantages. Facing difficulties with resilience and honesty leads to long-term success. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, Usain Bolt said that he trained for 20 years to run the 100 meters race at a time of 9.65 seconds. Anti-doping in sport is not just about banning substances. It is also about promoting integrity, leadership, and hard work. These values help people succeed not only in sport but also in the everyday life, making society fairer and more ethical. Thank you for tuning in and listening to Ahmad Gates Radio Communications today. My name remains Babashope Majekodumi. And don't forget, we have programs all through the week, from Monday to Saturdays. The time for all the programs goes as follows: 5 p.m. Western African Time, 4 p.m. GMT, and 11 a.m. Time Time. You can join any of our platforms from LinkedIn at Ahmad Gates, Facebook at Ahmad Gates, YouTube also Ahmad Gates. Thank you for your time. God bless. And don't forget, stay strong, stay ethical, and always compete with integrity. And let integrity be a day-to-day part of your life.